Hey guys, for this video I have another mask idea. So I made my mask by gluing 3 layers of paper mache over a corner of a mask that I used as a mold with white PVA glue. Then once it has dried, I will then draw my design on it, and my inspiration this time for this mask is that of seahorses. To start, I will make them out with 2 strips of cardboard that I will glue on with a hot glue gun. Then I use masking tape to shape the rest of the mouth by wrapping it around the 2 strips. And once I'm happy with it, I'll be using bamboo screws and more masking tape like I did making my first mask to make some kind of crown with spikes. This is my favorite way to make my mask look interesting. So all I'm doing here is stick the bamboo on the guidelines that I drew. Then I stick the masking tape from one bamboo screw to the other to make it look almost like a piece of fabric. Now the speckling paste that I will later use do not stick very well on the masking tape, so I'll put on a layer of toilet paper over the whole mask. And once that has dried, I redrew my guidelines where I will be using air dry clay to give my seahorse a little bit more shape. My plan was to make a dead dried out looking seahorse, and I thought to do that with clay, but sadly I did not really get the look that I was looking for, seeing that my skill with clay still needs a lot of work. But I just rolled with what I can do and hope that it still looks good in the end. The clay that I'm using is Darwi Classic, and I'm still not used to this clay for how fast it dries, but I think that if you're a good sculptor that you probably will love this clay, for it hardly cracks once it's fully dried. And once it has dried, it's now time for the speckling paste. I use the powder form that you have to mix with water. But to prevent cracks to form, I also add white PV glue and I apply it between the sections of the clay. And when it has dried, I will put on a layer of white gesso to make the painting a little more easier. So I have to admit that I really wasn't sure on what color to use to paint this mask, and I searched for a lot of pictures of seahorses and the main color that I see is orange. But I'm not a fan of that color, so to test the waters I tried to apply a thin layer of orange mixed with brown that I then thinned out with some water from a spray bottle. Then once it was fully covered, I looked up what color to use that complements orange, and it turns out that it was the color blue. And that made me think of some kind of poisonous frogs. So I went with blue and white to add some spots. I was hoping they kind of blended in to make it look like skin, but that did not turn out so well, so you will see a lot of changes happening during the painting of this mask. As I was painting this, I found that the orange was just a little too bright, so I added black circles to it, and I'm not sure if that was a good idea or not. What do you guys think? Because when I was editing this video, I suddenly found that the orange color wasn't really that bad, and now it looked like my seahorse has some kind of disease, which is a bit of a shame, but at the same time I don't really hate it. It's just a bit different than my usual style. Maybe one day I'll revisit this project and use the different colors. But anyway, after painting it for a very long time and after spraying it with some varnish, the mask is now finally finished. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please consider sticking around for the next one. Until then.